talk about adjustable necks in wood. So I've got a 7 wood here in the tight list with its adjustable neck, and this can apply for fairway woods and certainly drivers. You find more and more companies now giving you the option to adjust the neck. Really, it's there for the fitter to dial the club in for you. Some golfers do play and move around with it, but ideally you'll get it set by someone who can help you, and then for most golfers it sits there. But what can an adjustable neck do? First thing it can do is it can adjust the loft. So it can turn this 21-degree lofted club into multiple options, and different clubs have different amounts of adjustability. So you can move them from a degree to 2 degrees. Some of them you can go from, like, you know, from a 7 up to an 11 degree in the driver, those ideas. Some move more than others. But it allows you to have a 21-degree lofted as well as a 21.5 or 22 or 21.75 or 22.5, subject to how it moves. So it allows you to get the perfect launch from the club you buy by making sure it's dialed in for your action, for your swing. The next thing it can do is it can play with the lie. So it can make that club lie differently, allowing you to then promote different feels in the swing from the way you're set up, with your hands a little higher or lower. Allow it to dial into your setups as well as a golfer. You might want your hands higher or lower for whatever reason, and you'll dial that lie in to suit you. By affecting the lie angle, so this angle here, so maybe putting the toe more in the air or more on the ground with the dialable neck, allows you also to dial in a little bit of shot shaping for some golfers. It can dial in a little bit more fade or a little bit more draw, or calmer fade down or calmer draw down. So you can change the loft, but you can also change the lie, which then also, subject to how you change them, can change the way it sits on the ground, making the club sit a little bit more open, sometimes a little bit more closed, a little bit more square even. And for lots of golfers, they think, well, why would I want a club that sits not pointing straight? Well, when you shape a shot, let's say I'm going to hit a draw, so out to the right, round this camera, back into the left to hit the target. And when I hit the ball, my face needs to be pointing right of this camera, because the ball starts pretty much where the face points, and then it curves subject to the path in relationship to that face. So by having a face that sits maybe a little bit more open, you'll find lots of good players will have a face that sits a little bit open at address. That stops any kind of overturns, which might be a shot that they're really scared of. Lots of golfers think you should just point the club at the target. It's not always as clear as that. And this is where the dialing the neck in can help. And remember, this is a fairway wood, but it can be done for drivers as well. The dialing in of necks, I think, is a really clever innovation. This used to be done and has been done for years on tours, but what would happen is they would bend and break and move, so the players couldn't get instant feedback. They would have to wait for their club to come back in hopefully one piece, where now with a little dialing of a key, they can literally set the club up how a golfer needs it, try some different options and dial in their club for the player. Changeable necks, great innovation for lots of you. Again, I don't like my students playing with it too much. I like them to be set up for them and then they game it. It's a tool often used for us, the retailer or the fitter, to get you the right tools to do the right job for your golf.